Hello guys, and welcome to what is going to be a quick tutorial on how to build a lighthouse. In fact, the one that you see in front of you, except you can see this isn't obviously a finished lighthouse, it's just going to be on the circuit inside, which is very simple, very easy, just a bit of Minecraft track stuff down the bottom, minecart stuff, and some redstone and some lamps. So what I'm going to do is just going to hop over into the daytime here so I can show you what's going on with the circuitry. And it should just turn off. There we go, it's off. Cool, right, so first things first, these are key to getting the signals up to the top. What these are 4 individual towers just placed in this kind of square, if you like, and what they are just alternating blocks with redstone torches on top of them, and you can see they alternate on, off, on, off, on, off. They just do that by default, and what they do is they carry a signal or a pulse from the bottom all the way to the top. Now the bottom one, when it's hooked up like this, it acts as an inverter, so you've got the redstone torch on top of a block next to a redstone one level below it, and that acts like an inverter. So if I was to turn this signal on, say with a minecart, bottom, you can see that torch now goes off, and then they alternate the other way around, if that makes sense. So I turn it off and there it goes back to its other position. So that's the first thing. So you can do that as high as you want. And for this design you've got to make sure the bottom one is off, the bottom torch is on, which it will be if you set it up like this, and the top one where you take your signal from has to be off. So it does dictate the height a little bit, but not too much. Second thing to build is the track. You can see I've got 2 pieces of powered rail here, 1 detector rail, and then a slope. This slope will make sense in a second. And that's just repeated for each of the 4 pulses that you're going to be sending up for each side of the lamp, if you like. You could do more if you were building a huge one. You could, you know, make a 6-sided one or whatever you wanted to do, really. So it is kind of changeable as a design. Now the slope, as you can see, when it's turned off like this in daylight, the redstone underneath that is off, and it's turning the rails off, and the cart kind of stops on the slope, which is what you want, because when it turns back on, if it was on a flat surface, like if it was just horizontal, it would turn on and it wouldn't move. It needs something to give it a little bit of a push when it turns back on. So this is what the slope's for. If that's too close to the bottom, it should move just enough to get up to that slope and then roll back down and carry on going the other way, but it will turn on 9 times out of 10. Occasionally you might need to just give it a push, but you know, that's by the by. So to get this to actually turn off and on the right way around during the day, I've got a daylight sensor. You can wiki that, how to build one of those. Not too difficult. Redstone signal coming out of that is on by default when it's light and off when it's dark. So what you need to do is invert it. So I've just got a repeater to extend it, and then that same inverter here, that's all it is. Just a block with a redstone torch on top of it and the redstone going to it like that. If you were to get rid of this and put it on the torch on the same level, it wouldn't do anything. The redstone would just be constantly putting out an output. It doesn't act like a switch, if you will. So you need to set it up like that, and you can see straight away torch goes off if there's a signal. So when that signal dies, the torch turns on and turns the rails on and turns the minecart system on, and then it sends a pulse up to the bit where we're going to be looking next, which is the main kind of like part, if you like. That's how it turns on. This is how it turns that pulse into the lights. So again, very easy. Top one, as I said earlier, has to be off like this, and then you've got 3 pieces of redstone and 3 repeaters. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. You could have it each side flashing as a whole block of 9 lamps at a time, or you can do it how I've got it set up, where you've got the first one and the second one and the third one delayed slightly across it. So first one's no clicks, second one is 2 clicks, and the third one is no clicks, 1 click, 2 clicks. So that makes it scroll across somewhat. You saw what I meant in the beginning, and I'll turn it on again in a minute to show you. So very simple, just copy paste for each of the sides, and that's it. As you can see though, from the outside we've got 9 lamps here. The height level is quite important. The redstone has to be coming in at the center level here, so that you can so it lights up the height of 3, because if you were to put another block on top of that, the top one wouldn't get lit up and stuff. So anyway, that's how I've got it set up. It's very simple, it's very easy. You can adjust the height, you can adjust the size of the top to what you want. You could put more panels in if you like, if you might have a trouble arranging the inside of it somewhat. I don't know, I haven't actually tried it, but yeah, and that's that. So let's go ahead and turn this to nighttime and watch the cart. Hopefully it won't bugger up on me, because, you know, 9 times out of 10 and all. So set it to nighttime, and hopefully that daylight sensor, there we go, and there it goes, setting the pulses up in an order all the way around, and there's the scrolling effect that you can see. So yeah, that's it guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you guys can make this work as well in your clients. If any of you guys have got any other tips to how to improve the design, feel free to chuck them in the comments. I mean, I will read them and see what people come up with as well. It'd be interesting. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Also, just as a heads up, for anyone wondering, I am using the Unbelievable Minecraft Shaders, Unbelievable Shaders by Sonic Ether. I'll put links in the description of how to download it and install it. There's lots of good guides and how to install the Forge and all that kind of stuff to run this. And I've also put my PC specs in the description as always. So, you know, I can run this at a solid 50 to 60 FPS on my machine when I'm not recording with Fraps, which is awesome because performance is always going to be an issue with these kind of things. Yay, volumetric clouds. Anyway, thanks for you guys watching this video. Hopefully, as I say, you enjoyed it, and let me know in the description what you guys think. Catch you in the next one.